So that's good for, people who are just doing those quick moves in this area, you don't get those additional fees on top. So. Kind of taking the scariness out of that relocation for them. We had one woman who scheduled with us. She was actually moving out of state to Florida. She had dementia. Her husband did not. We showed up to move that day to pack her items, and she was just an absolute mess because she didn't remember she was moving. She didn't remember what we were doing with her items. She didn't remember where she was going. So having our team kind of certified to bring that down to a level and kind of walk her through those steps is something that I've been really proud of to watch my husband and our team kind of get certified in. So right now we have around 30 movers that work with us full time. And obviously as the market changes, we do get a little bit slower into colder season, but we've not seen that big of a dip just yet. Let's see. The biggest thing that we are actually working to introduce is a lot of our referrals have been word of mouth. So that's kind of how we've grown over the years. We have about 550 5-star Google reviews right now. Most of them have come from just word of mouth, not really networking. And this is our first year really honing in on dabbling into marketing. So we have an affiliate portal that if you load your email address into it, you put your lead or client or whoever that is moving, you can track that, and if they go with us, we automatically send you a $25 Amazon gift card. So as we grow and expand, using that portal has been really good for our affiliates and people who just send us referrals to not only benefit and us get back and say thanks, but kind of track that process along the way. So we're kind of using that to streamline just referrals that we've gotten and say thank you for those who have given back to us. As far as the services that we provide, and then I'll kind of wrap it up here, is we obviously have packing and unpacking. We have moving in state, out of state. We can do corporate business relocation, so we've done a lot of warehouses, liquidations, things of that. But another thing we are certified in, which I'm proud of to say, is restoration. So fire, flood, anybody that is having that crisis, we come in, work with the insurance, work with the contents adjuster, which I don't know if you ever had to do that, but they usually. So you have to kind of know what you're looking for because they have to go in and make sure that through the insurance claim that they are tagging, logging, categorizing everything. So our team is really good at that. We had 2 or 3 fires unfortunately last year, and who better to categorize your items than people who happily run into burning buildings and their customers. So we've been able to go and get certified in that to work with those insurance claims, content adjusters. So those are probably the 2 biggest things I think that make us stand out from any other moving company in this area, just the dementia certified and then the restoration content. So it is myself and my husband who are working in the office, and then he's on a different shift than Dave Harmon, who is also a firefighter, and we have 1,000 children between the 2 families. So it's a very full season of life, but we're just hoping that we can be able to network with you guys, put you into the affiliate portal if you're interested, get you some Amazon gift cards and kind of help and assist your clients from there. So.
So you guys do all facets of moving. You also do like water remediation and things like that as far as that goes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we have direct contacts that we've worked with ServPro, and then we've also worked directly with Mulberry Builders for their restoration team. They can take it in the mitigate, but as far as the flood, it kind of depends on who the homeowner chooses for their restoration. But if they do need a pack out and they're going through the insurance process, you can pick not only your contractor, but you can pick the movers that you want to move your items in and out. So we work directly with those 2 companies to kind of build those relationships. But inside your folder is referral cards, some koozies, Post-its, some of our marketing materials. All of that is for you guys to take. I'm going to be deleting some marketing materials here too, so. I'll let you know.
I think it's super cool that my father was a firefighter.
Yeah,
Yeah, 27 years here in Lexington, Kentucky. That was a long time.
well, being married to a firefighter is very interesting, and working with him as well was a lot of time together, so.
They start getting on your nerves, then they leave for an entire day. It's
Great, it's
Right.
this marriage to hang in there. Shit, I'll miss you, see you.
Yeah.
Came on board, I left my full-time job to come on board because where their shifts rotate and Dave's on third and Jason's on first. We need a little bit of consistency within the office for somebody
Sure.
to be able to mainstream the operations. So there's myself and one other gentleman who do the operations in the. I'm mainly in the Nicholasville area, but he does Lexington area.
So you got covered pretty much, I mean, you said you do out of state moving, do you pretty much cover for like, I should say, I guess the light work or the short work, would that be like central Kentucky, contiguous counties, I mean?
Yeah, we're pretty, we pretty much stay within like. Consistently an hour within this area.
Yeah.
And we also do in-home moves, so we've had elderly patients who just. Really, maybe they wanna move a treadmill from the upstairs to the garage, and that doesn't require a truck, so we can move from room to room. House to house, apartment to storage unit, we work hand in hand with a bunch of local storage units in this area, so we can help reserve those for you and. Pods and all of that,
What
so.
about someone selling their house and they're supposed to have all their crap moved out and they're unable to do it and the closing is gonna be in a day? Just thought I'd bring that home. Yeah, that's, yeah, oh, what should I do? Not sure, yeah.
We can help with that. That's what I call my Billy specialty. So he's my other operations manager. So I'm like, Bill, we got a 911, and he has actually gone and moved stuff into the back of trucks or pods or the people who you might be having showing pictures and you show up and there's items everywhere and you're thinking, I gotta get some of these into storage or a different location. So the people.
Like relocating all that crap to the garage. Crap, and I say crap in them, that's it with all the love in my heart.
Yes.
And yeah, right, yeah, so, okay, all right, so that.
Handle that as well. So yeah, we're just gonna move it wherever to whomever and then helping with packing, unpacking, all of those items.
Okay, very cool. That's awesome.
Very good. And please eat all the food.
You do have one of the coolest info packets we've shared a few times. You all agree? I mean, it's like.
So my first brochure, it looked like a 7-year-old had made it, and so then I was like, oh, it's really cute, but I'm gonna redo it and we're gonna try harder, so. We kind of went through and I redid all the marketing materials for this section to see. I don't like the way he folds brochures, that. It's just not. We're taking.
And yet the marriage lives on, right? There we go.
Redo all these items.
Yeah, no, it's.
PDF, I'll get it, did you know that, I'll also on our Facebook and everything.
Okay, I can get out your information.
I think you can serve a look at fancy, so.
Yes, I have a full like media packet for like online, so I can send you that as well. But I really need all the food because I don't want to put it back in my house.
Thank you for allowing.
Thank you.
Thanks much.
A big thank you to firefighters Move You again, we just want to appreciate all our amazing affiliates. We're going to start with our roll call this week, number 23. Your network is your net worth. How does that make you guys feel? Any suggestions, anything that comes to mind whenever you hear that whole law? Anybody? I know both Wyndham, he'll definitely. Someone else?
No.
What'd you say? Jeff?
Very depressed, folks, just. What is that? Depressing. You do.
Which is not mailers, that's food.
I know his mailers are quite funny. I don't know. So no one, other than depressing, that's all that makes everyone feel is your
Yeah, I don't
network.
feel depressed in the slightest, sorry, that's me. Yeah,
No, this is exciting for me, because I personally like the network. So when I think about your database is your data bank, or your network is your net worth, that excites me because I get to have fun. I'm extroverted. I like being around people. I get energy from it. And I enjoy the networking because I also know that at some juncture, if I come from contribution or if I'm adding value to my network, eventually that will pay you off. And so here's what I'll say here, as your team leader, you need to do as much networking as you can. For a number of reasons, but the first reason I think is because the more you know your agent colleagues, the more you will know their inventory, the clients they work with, what they've got coming on the market, what you have in your pocket, things like that. Like, if you wanna play chess and not checkers, then you're gonna know other agents. You're gonna know, okay, so and so had this buyer, and I know so and so has this listing, and if they did a deal together, then my clients will benefit. That's why we do networking. And then on the other side is, there's a lot of database in industries. So whether it's a home inspector, home warranty, title, lender, these are all gonna be people who drive your business, who provide referrals, who you will refer people to. You should have a team of people helping your real estate business, and that will be your network.
I like it. What about you, Mike, anything? We all know you've got a large network of homies that you be chatting with on the side. You over there, taking it away.
Like that.
I do network with my clients, but this is, you're talking about networking with other agents.
Well, it works both.
Yeah. I actually enjoy talking to my clients because like if I'm having a bad day or I'm just like, things aren't going right. I've got 15 different people we call and we just chat and all go better and then.
16
Our next
with me. Where am I?
I'll throw something out there. So, if I look back on my 60 years on this planet, look back at my businesses that I'm a part of, the businesses that I've owned, sold, opportunities, every bit of it is tied to a human. There's never been a business that I've gotten into where I answered an ad, went online, ordered the brochure, right, ordered the kit or anything else like that. Every single opportunity that ultimately drove what would be my net worth was tied to a human. So when I see network, I'm thinking it's all the people that I know. The interesting thing is it's not that my network it's just the people that have a lot of money or have a lot of resources or something like that. It's sometimes it's people that just have said, oh my gosh, yeah, you know what? You should call my guy, Bo Smith, right? And what started out as a real estate conversation turns into something completely different. I did a transaction with Kitty Lane back in 2013. Had a listing on Buggy Lane. That's why I remember it. Do a $1.2 million listing. We hadn't sold a house over $1 million in Central Kentucky in 17 months. So that's what the market was like. Kitty brings me a buyer. We put the deal together. Don't worry, the streak stayed alive because we only sold it for $970. Right? Market was tough. She brought the buyer. We're walking out of closing, having a little conversation. She's getting in her car. She looks at me and she goes, Bo, I'm going to have someone call you. His name is Bill Haggard. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you need to write that down. Kitty, write it down. So I write it down, Bill Haggard, right? She said, he's our operating principal at Keller Williams Bluegrass. You ever heard of Keller Williams? I said, I don't need either one of them. He's like, well, we're the largest real estate company in the world. I'm like, okay, still haven't heard of it, right? So she's like, well, if Bill's going to call you, need you to do me a favor. I need you to take his call. Talked with Bill, drove to Nashville, Tennessee. They have a meeting with him. Things progressed. I became the team leader at Keller Williams Bluegrass, became the operating principal to launch this market center. We launched another market center in Cincinnati. We bought 2 market centers since that. I've become a bold coach, which also was a human that tapped me on the shoulder and said, Bo, I think you'd be right for this. I think you would knock this out of the park. You need to take a look at it. Awesome. So I did. That was Scott Toomey, right? So what I can tell you is when you think about your network, it's every person that you know. And some people you don't know that you haven't met yet, right? That you'll meet as a result of someone that you know today. And what I can tell you is the journey and the path with Keller Williams has dramatically impacted my life and my family's life, and will continue to impact the lives of my grandchildren and so on and so forth. So every conversation is important. That's network. If you needed something today, you absolutely had it done, needed it to happen today, who could you call? That's the strength of your network. Right? You guys need a giraffe. For a birthday party this weekend, I know a guy. Giraffe guy, he's in my phone. Not really, that was just sort of a little something to keep. When I talk about it, how it's right, that's good. Right into there. There you go, yeah, so. There you go.
So, Onward Bold, our live sessions, everybody who is registered for Bold, we are joining our live sessions. You all are able to access those, you have the links correct, nobody's had any issues that we are aware of.
I think I've gotten anything, of course, when I did this surgery, I missed last week, so I'm.
We've gotten an email from
But
the,
Joseph said he, okay.
yeah, okay.
Anybody who's watching this on YouTube, email us, please, we wanna make sure that you all have your links if you need help.
Yeah.
But we are very aware, we all know that we have them coming up, it's super exciting stuff, Bold is, one word, Bold is huge. So we were at our first, or we had first step, which was not last Tuesday, but 2 Tuesdays before that, and then we had second step, actual Bold Tuesday. I took a lot of information away from that, so. Personally, obviously, I don't sell real estate, I help you guys, I don't actually sell it. It applies to my everyday life. It applies to my husband who he's a diesel mechanic who works on pulling tractors, but it applies. So I took some of that home with me on Tuesday and actually sat down with him and we were going over a handful of things. It opened our eyes for just some of the things he was doing in his business that he could be doing better. Nothing to do with real estate, it applies to everyday life, business owners, etc. Our steps. You guys will all be together next Tuesday. It's gonna be an exciting time, and then the Tuesday after that, and then. So, we've got a little time together, we love it. Upcoming birthdays. We've got a handful of birthdays coming up. We have Cheryl, Brian, Jason, and Chris. So if you guys. Huh? Cheryl's. Cheryl. If you guys see these people, make sure that we're telling them happy birthday, make sure we give them love and appreciation for all that they do. Bucket bills. Does anyone have any bucket bills? Joseph, don't leave unless we have 3. We know the scoop. Any bucket bills?
Man, nobody's helping anybody.
No. Nobody at all this whole week.
On your own.
I'll fill Joseph's bucket. We had a meeting yesterday to just talk about my business and he really helped me get a good path for business planning coming up and a starting point of knowing where I need to go. So thank you.
Scott,
Gentleman by the name of Clint Hayes, he's in here, talking when we can be, a very good solid realtor in our market center here. Anyway, he's plugged some gaps for me, he did some showings for me. I reciprocated, showed a couple for him too, and we just, made it work.
yeah, that's awesome. We love teamwork and we. Yeah.
Clint,
Clint Hayes, even though you're not here, we miss you. One more, we're just one short. Tatiana.
Bucket bill for John Bentley, because he's always like a source of like, I don't know, positivity and friendliness, and we're on our bold team together, and he's helping everyone stay on task.
Trying.
Yeah.
John was holding court out here at the collab, talking about something,
Yeah, but I
but he had everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Not sure what it was about.
Real estate.
Okay.
Let's say it.
Let's go.
All right, team leader moment, we're gonna let Joseph with his very weak little voice kind of come
Yes.
here and speak.
Man, we feel the right area. And I actually feel a little better. So, a little background, if you haven't noticed, we do live in the year 2024. There's all kinds of technology out there, there's information out there. There's this fairly new concept of artificial intelligence, things we used to see in movies that we now see in real life. What I know to be true, I use AI every day. And much of you, or many of you here in this room are probably also leveraging AI, right? And here's why this conversation is important. Much like social media, much like having an online brand. This is gonna be something you will not be able to avoid. This will be something if you don't engage with, you at some juncture will be left behind. Now, that doesn't mean the same tenets of real estate that made you successful 5 years ago, or agents successful 10 years ago, or even 2 years ago, won't still apply. But this is also leverage for you. Artificial intelligence, AI, whatever it looks like for you, you need to start thinking about. So you have a piece of paper on your desk in front of you. Right, it's got a logo at the top, and I've just put 6 things that I'm gonna talk about a little bit at a deeper level. But 6 things that you can start leveraging AI for in your business. So automated listing descriptions and property content. Who here has gone on the ChatGPT on a listing and type things and things about their new listing and it spit out your marketing link? Who's done that? All right, almost everybody in the room, great job. I've also done that on a number of things, right? The reason why that's important is because that has become commonplace. Now, where we want to stay out of trouble is we need to make sure we're reviewing those, that we proofread them, that they're not inaccurate, right? And the more you talk to that AI, the smarter it gets, the more it knows you, and the better your marketing marks will be. Okay, here's why that's beneficial. Who feels like they don't have enough time in the day? Anybody? There's not enough hours. You know what putting your marketing remarks through ChatGPT has done for many people? It's given them, I'm not kidding, hours of their time. Has anybody ever sat there for 30 minutes and tried to write something in? Yeah. Like what? Shoot. This was done.
Anybody ever figure out there's a max on the number of characters? Like, dude, this is so, and it's like, shut down, wait a minute, it's not working, yeah.
Favorite about things, the ones that are long-winded are generally ones you go see, and they're like, oh, this needs all of it. Right? You gotta kind of make up for it with the flowery language. But also just property content, right? AI tools can generate compelling, detailed, property listings quickly. It'll save you time, and it will ensure that your descriptions are tailored to attract the right buyer. Here's where you go next level there. If you go to list a property, and you know that it is specific or would be useful for a certain demographic, then you can type into that chat box, prospective buyers are X demographic. And it will come up with some phrasing and some keywords that would be attractive to that demographic. Does that make sense? So let's say it's a ranch, and it's a 3-2, it's got an attached garage, it's got a sunroom on the back, and it's in a certain neighborhood, right? There's going to be certain buyers in that buyer group, right? A luxury listing is gonna have a different buyer pool than your $500,000 listing, right? And so when you start adding more things and more context to the listing, you'll get a deeper picture of how you can market the home. Right? And this tech, believe it or not, is starting to sound more and more like people. It doesn't sound robotic. And it's got something called NLP, which is natural language processing. Okay, the reason why that's important is because you can get online and Google why finding an AI chat like ChatGPT has NLP in it, right? So the second thing, personalized marketing campaigns. Anybody struggle with marketing or marketing a thing where they spend a lot of time? Anyone? Anyone's marketing need a refresh? Need a different set of eyes? Maybe some new ideas? Yeah, AI can help with that. So AI helps analyze any kind of customer data to create highly personalized marketing efforts. By studying customer behavior and preferences, AI can segment. I'm gonna talk about the document because I'm gonna give you some specific action. But AI can study customer behavior and preferences. It can segment your audiences, your demographics. It can go at a deeper analytical level than you have. So one of these places, and I want you to write this down. one of these AI tools that you could use to offer predictive geoanalytical tools to target a specific buyer segment based on their location and preferences is a tool called bestplace.ai. And when you go in and you start to utilize that tool, it will help you market to specific locations, specific demographics. And guess what you can then add to your listing presentation? That you have AI support for any listing that you put on the market, right? Predictive analytics for targeting or market insights. You're gonna want to use a company called Tango Analytics. It provides real estate data and predictive models that optimize property investments and market trends. Anybody working with investors or want to work with investors, right? AI will help you on that front. There's also AI, now we're getting a little deep, but AI chatbots for client engagement. Right? Some of us don't have, and I wouldn't advise this in a large scale, but there are certainly going to be chatbots that you can have on your website or have online somewhere that you can funnel your database to that can answer FAQs. Right? You know these big companies that have these little chat boxes on their website? And then you go and talk to it. And whether you're frustrated about it or not, it answers your questions. Yeah, you can have that for your real estate business. Now, you may not want that, but there's a significant benefit in my mind that if you have something like that, where you've fed in some FAQs, you built it out on the back end, right? It can answer questions that clients might have. Current clients, future clients, past clients. Right? And you can get that rolling. And then you get some time back.
And you can train it.
Yeah,
You can train the bot.
yeah. Believe it or not, I actually didn't know this until I started researching this last week. But AI is now being utilized to detect fraud in transactions. Right? So I'm gonna give you two tools. Anybody seen anybody been duped on listing a property? Anybody pay attention to the Facebook page? Right? Hey, have you heard from this person? Have you been contacted by somebody who wants you to exclusively use WhatsApp?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You can detect fraud with clients, people will reach out to you, transactions with these two tools. One's called Snapt, SNAPPT. And then the other one's called Proof, right? And these Proof verifies identity and transaction integrity throughout the deal, right? And so that's a good one. And this is one I want to speak to all of our this is gonna hurt our control freaks in the industry and in the room. We want to control every part of the transaction, every piece of paperwork, every admin task. All of the like menial tasks that pull you out of your big rocks, those things. Well, here's some good news. You can streamline admin tasks through two companies. One's called Ocrolus.
What is it?
Ocrolus, OCROLUS. It automates document verification. Right? And then Ariel, AREAL.ai. And they help you specialize in creating a workflow custom to you.
Could you spell the first one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
OCROLUS. Ocrolus. Right? And so here's why AI is important. Because it is a tool that you add to your tool belt that will help you. Okay? Now, if any of this went over your head, that's okay. A lot of it goes over my head. What I know you can do for sure today is go to chatgpt.com, set up a free account, and just start talking to it. Start asking it real estate questions. Get on YouTube. Search what are the best real estate prompts to ask ChatGPT how to streamline my business. Right? help me create a presentation that does X, Y, Z, and please put it in bulleted format with a summary at the end. Right? You would be impressed by what it can do for you and how much it saves your time. Now, I'm not telling you to put AI in the place of doing the hard work. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying use it to. Use it to process and analyze some data quicker than you might hear. Right? What I'm really excited about is we have an AI class coming up on the calendar that Dustin and Sheridan are teaching. It's next Monday. Okay, whatever I touched on was extremely surface level compared to what Dustin and Sheridan will talk to you about. Dustin is inputting like all the market data from Bluegrass Realtors into chat. He's asking questions, he's getting real-time data and market trends, and guess what they're turning around and doing with all that data and information. They're using it to tell sellers they're overpriced by down to the dollar. Right? They're using it to help educate buyers on what they can expect to purchase a certain home at. And we're seeing hyper-local trends based on certain zip codes. Right? And so use AI as a tool in your business to study the market, get data, make easier workflows for you and your business, time block, or to come up with some of your marketing remarks. I don't care if you use it for one thing, use it for one thing and get some time back, right? Was this useful? Was this helpful?
Yes.
Anybody gonna implement some AI stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Get on the Chat GPT at the minimum and start having a conversation. Yes, this feels like weird computer science, but it works. What's up?
Can you email that one page to us that has all of the?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I'll get it to Hallie and she can get it out there.
Thank you. I was having trouble spelling some of the words.
Yeah, I think I will see
Chat, CHAT, chat.
That's
one. All right, that's all I got for you. I think I made it to save my voice. Go ahead, Miss.
So yesterday I was on my app.
Yes.
I was on my command in the app.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, but I noticed that there was a,
There's a little button.
yeah, the IQ thing, so I just typed in a couple questions and it brought up like a series of things similar to this. Is that like kind of our?
That is our version of AI.
It's been fed all of the MREA stuff, all the
Yeah.
playbooks.
It was-
AI is based off of all of it.
It felt very tailored to me for what I was needing help with.
Well, and I'm glad you brought it up, and it seems like a major oversight that I didn't bring it up. But that is accurate. The IQ chat in command is very useful. And like Lexi said, it has all of our DNA as a company in it. So you can type in a question around the AI model, you can put in, hey, I wanna sell, or I wanna make $180,000. Can you spit out what this looks like in the economic model? And it can do that. You can crunch those numbers. You can take our models and systems and speak to your specific business. And the more you do that, the more you talk to it, the more it learns, because it's also a learning model.
Think about it as like, you can Google anything. And then it gives you the results of your Google. That AI piece comes in to basically take those results and sort of tailor them to the exact question based on keywords. It's not as broad brush, you don't have to keep digging a little bit deeper. Now, might create an opportunity to Google something from the chat. The meetings that I've been in with Gary talking about Onward Bowl. He used AI on a lot of it, and there's stories of Gary and the AI person or the AI bot, whatever, like going for 2 hours. Back and forth, because Gary doesn't agree. So he just keeps hammering, right, on it and stuff like that. So it's he's a pretty high level thinker, right? He used that tool, and I'm pretty sure whatever his bot looks like is probably learning at a geometric rate, right? Because he pushes on it to deliver that stuff. But it's a great way to boil down your thoughts a little bit. I know several agents too that use the AI video. Has anybody seen that one?
I have.
You see the people that are, they're shooting the video and they're talking, right? And it's them, and you look at the picture, you're kind of like. Almost real life, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I know that person, their hair's not that nice, right? You know, it's just, well, it's basically, they're typing it in. And it's building a video of them speaking. And it starts with basically filming yourself, say all these specific words, to build your vocabulary. And you can type in what you want to say, it'll take a picture of you sitting in your office and it'll animate the picture. So it's pretty crazy.
What's
Now, I can't remember what that's called. I have it written down. Now, here's the cool thing. When you're speaking to someone, I go, yeah, that was a video, right? And it's like, yeah, it was an AI. They've opened up a whole new conversation without just talking about something that's very theoretical, right?
And I will say this, we're entering in an arena where we will have to specify that some things are AI.
That's right.
So
Not real.
there's a disclosure piece to this that I will tell you. Here's the other thing. Sometimes you will get an email, a text, a phone call that maybe you don't answer, you just let it ring. Where there's a sticky situation or something that you need to bounce. What do I trying to say? Right? I have in a number of occasions had an interaction that I thought was negative, and my first reaction was to just meet them where they were. I took a deep breath, I went to chat, I said, here's the thing that was said to me, how do I respond professionally in a manner that respects them, but also expresses disappointment or discouragement. And it spit something out. And then I asked a couple other questions where it sounded just like something I would say, then I took that and I responded. Okay, so sometimes when we need to pause and think through something. It's a good one to bounce off of, or you could call up.
Yeah, I'm a good bot.
Or call up and say, hey, this buyer just said this to me, how should I respond?
There's also that AI, FYI, there's some AI that you might pay money into and realize this is gonna give me what I want. I also like to compare those to like my grandma's friends' Facebook profile pictures where it makes them look like 30 years younger. There is that AI, so just kind of be wary, make sure you read what's like and stuff, don't, let's assume that because it's only things.
If it's having to write your marketing comments, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Anybody that's ever said, that is a game changer. You can still go back and edit it, right? Yeah. Big man said he'd respond on both.
Awesome. Alrighty, so first off though, before I kind of start with what's coming up, just a little bit more about the firefighters move you. I had no idea they were dementia certified, and fun fact about me, that was my gig before this, I have certifications in it, worked in senior living.
What?
Dementia certified,
Oh,
where they are that's something that a lot of people in Lexington are getting. And that's a situation that you all more than likely will come across, or the elderly moving out, they're confused, a lot of family dynamics in play there. That's a great resource to have in your back pocket to be more intentional with your clients, to have someone who you know is trained. It can help those clients with those situations. I don't know, I felt like we need to add that. That's a great thing to just keep in your back pocket.
you've got an elderly client that's selling their home. I
Yeah,
mean, and you're not asking them about who are the other people maybe involved in this transaction, things like that. You're doing yourself a disservice, right? Because you may find that there's a power of attorney, you may find there's not, and they don't have immediate family to help them move or load up their house or whatever. I mean, we get pulled into some situations there where people may not have their ducks in a row, and that is a big deal because people, elderly folks getting rid of their stuff. Yeah,
it's messy, especially when there is dementia involved, which is more prevalent than it should be. But to have people who are certified, who can help the family members through that and work through the chaos, because clearly while you're trying to move out, someone's yelling at you like, why are you taking my stuff? To have people there who are trained, kind of make your process more smooth too. There's plenty of people in the area who are, but that's a really great resource in front. But anyway, next week, there is utilizing AI, not Alcoholics Anonymous. AI with Sheridan and Dustin, and Zero Out Your Cat. Goal step 3, it is not too late. And then next Wednesday from 9:30 to 3:30, we have an all-day business planning clinic with Shannon Seelig. She is flying in, she actually lives in Paris, like the country. France.
Paris, Kentucky, no?
No, Paris. She's quite successful, so she'll be here spending the day with us, it is free. And there is an Eventbrite, and I'll post that again today in our internal so that you can fill that out.
If you've not put your plan together for 2025, and you've not attended a business planning clinic, or if you've been 10 times. That's a complete game changer. I mean, it's a 6-hour gig where you're gonna dive in on your business plan. You'll walk out that day knowing exactly what the key metrics are that you need to focus on next year in your business to absolutely hit your goal. And not feel overwhelmed, know how the pieces fit together, understand the math, understand the things that are most important. Guys, we struggle because we run without a plan, and here's what that looks like. We try to do everything. And here's a shocker. You can't get it all done. Just go ahead and embrace that, but you can get the most important things done. Business plan is going to be the first step to getting in that.
Then next Thursday is team meeting, but it's gonna be a fun team meeting. It's a chili cook-off and a costume contest. So I'm all festive with my candy corns, because it's also Halloween.
You're not gonna win the costume contest, so just don't even try.
With a set.
It's coming for fun, others are coming for blood, so others are very serious about this.
Anne Marie says she's crushing everybody. She and I got to talk about it this morning.
So
I will not be in costume.
Yeah.
And then we also have the chapter in the agent productivity Zoom, which is a great resource to have for free as well. So more about next week. If you are bringing a chili, just let me know so I can get a heads up of how much space we're really gonna need out there and kind of just get a game plan together. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Wear your best costume. So fun anyway.
As a former winner, good luck. I feel really good about mine. Mine's very.
Can I just say that Alexis has been planning her costume for over a month now?
I'm just gonna make it sweeter when I beat her.
Yeah.
We'll see, guys.
Anyway, we are. Yeah, October 2nd. So November 2nd, it's free, it's salsa night, it's no talk of real estate, no talk of anything, we're just gonna get here, have a taco bar, there's dancing, we have Arthur Murray coming, with their instructors to kind of lead and kind of put on a show as well. Rosemary and Brittany have headed this up, so it's a big culture event, so it's gonna be good. Make sure you RSVP so we can know about food and all that good stuff, so you can scan that there, it'll take you right to the event, right?
Please come, I will be here, I can't dance, so if you can't dance, that's not an excuse, so you should come.
Also, I'd really like to touch on the point of please RSVP for us. That really helps us just kind of get an idea of how many people are going to be here so we can be as accommodating to everyone as possible. I know it's like a wedding, no one RSVPs for a wedding. If you could, it would help the market center out a whole lot.
Awesome. And then one last thing before you, Lexi. So today, some of you might be getting text messages from just a number talking about classes or something like that. Multiple times people came up to me thinking that's me teaching the class and like I'm texting you. It's not me. I think it might be something regional or like Keller Williams in general.
It is Keller Williams based, they are a team that is a successful team. They have the database of Keller Williams and they offer trainings and
Okay,
classes and
good to know.
generally you might get a text from people within the Keller Williams ecosystem that have trainings and offerings, things like that. I get those texts, I get Jeff Glover's texts, and what I love about that is I like to get them all because I wanna know what's out there first of all. And then occasionally I am able to do one of those training classes. And I can vouch personally for Jeff Glover, if you get any of his stuff, like, very solid.
But yeah, I just wanted to preface that because they are a great resource, but there's been a few times where people have shown up to the market center thinking it's something that I'm putting on. And that's in person, it's not me, I don't get the text, so I just wanted to preface that.
Okay, we're gonna do the tag tip. This is not gonna be a quick one, but I'm gonna go through it as fast as I can. We are gonna talk about direct mailers, postcards.
to your database, farming, reverse farming. There are a lot of reasons to do postcards. I know they fall in the traditional marketing realm when we're talking marketing tactics. However, it is a phenomenal tool for you guys. And because of Command and Keller Williams, you guys have an opportunity to utilize these at a lower cost. If you utilize them through Command. I know my mom was looking at some like pre-designed ones to purchase so that she could like handwrite on and send out. And I think the cheapest she was able to find was somewhere around like 76 cents a postcard. That does not include the postage on it. The postcards that come out of here are gonna be far cheaper than purchasing them that way. I'm not discounting handwritten postcards, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying your bulk mailers, this is a great way to do this. So I'm gonna use our Photos with Santa postcard as our example. We have Photos with Santa. It's gonna be December 7th from 3 to 5. We will have Santa here. We will have activity for the kids, all this kind of stuff. This is a client event for you guys to invite your database to get them here to interact with you, and they get to leave with Photos with Santa. So in your command, you're gonna click on campaigns, which is the little bullhorn. And then we're gonna click on direct mail. This is our direct mail. I'm gonna really quick move my personal, just so I don't accidentally do something on ours. You're gonna hit create campaign, direct mail again, give it a name. The name, my suggestion is to be something that you will see a year from now and remember what the campaign was, okay? So, Santa Photos, that seems like a good way to do it. Then you're gonna set the goal. The goal does not really affect anything within the postcard and the mailing and that kind of stuff. But it is good to categorize your postcards as you send them out. So that you can see what you're doing as we look back on analytics and that kind of stuff. We can see where we put our focus in last year. Did it get us business? Do we need to retailer that next year? All of those things. So from an analytical point, this does matter, but it's not gonna affect anything with your postcard. So for this specific one, since we're inviting them to Photos with Santa, I'm gonna do event awareness. I'm inviting them to event. And then I'm gonna hit create campaign. From here, there are default templates that KW provides in here. You can just upload a photo, it'll pop up behind this kind of red section here that we have. You can type in words and all that kind of stuff. We are providing you guys a template for the Photos with Santa. All you have to do is go in and put your information, your picture, all that kind of stuff on there. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I've already designed them on Canva and have them saved on this computer for time's sake. So I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna browse, I'm gonna find my front piece, which I've got labeled, and hit okay, that's the front of the postcard. And then the browse, find the back, super simple, hit open. Make sure that on here you can push this drop down and look to see what the back's gonna look like. Obviously, you guys will put your photos, your names and stuff in here, okay? I'm gonna hit save, I'm gonna go down to Market Center, for some reason, it wants you to, it always is missing a piece, I think it wants you, like forcing you to verify your address, hit verify, select the corrected one, hit confirm, and then we're gonna choose targeting. Obviously, for an event like this, you're targeting your database. What is the most important part? We're gonna target our database with postcards. Name and address. Addresses, okay, so you need addresses for this. So we're bringing this up now because one, you need enough time for this postcard to get out there, to RSVP for the event, so we need to get on this. Two is you may need to go get some addresses for your database, so giving you time for that.
Lexi's 1000% right, please go get addresses. Also, there's a great feature where you can circle a neighborhood.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the addresses. I'm not saying don't do the work to get the addresses.
Yeah.
But you also, if you are missing some, you can circle home, you can circle a neighborhood. You can circle all of Lexington,
Yeah.
in Mail or Loop if you want. But that is a feature that you can do.
So you have two options. Ideally, we are targeting our database for this one because we are engaging our database. For this one, that's one of the reasons for doing a client event is to engage your database that you already have. These are people that already know you, they already have a relationship with you, they're already connected to you. They are your database, right? Your network is your network. These are your networks, so we're gonna engage them.
to Joseph's point, let's say we don't have a ton of addresses, but we still wanna participate in this event. You could put your home address in here and target 150 homes around yours and invite your neighbors to this, right? Don't miss out on utilizing this event just because we don't have a ton of addresses. While we, with the caveat, you need to work on getting your addresses, don't just let that go, cause I can just target my neighborhood, we need addresses for everybody. Okay, so you guys are just gonna hit target my database, hit add contacts. You can do all of them, you can filter by tags, it's up to you who you add to this. Again, the important part being that we have addresses for them. I'm just gonna hit select all, cause. I need an example, so. Obviously, these phone numbers don't have anything, ignore those. I'm gonna hit add to campaign, these are all the people for me that I am sending to. I hit save, and then I'm gonna hit, preview and payment. Yes, I'm sure, and then this takes a minute, so be patient with this, it takes a minute to spin. Once it gets to the next page, you're just gonna preview your postcard, it'll show you where the addresses are going, you can see the front and the back, it'll tell you how much you're paying for them. My suggestion is there is a little box on there that says send a copy to the market center. Send a copy to the market center, gives you a great kind of time thing of, okay, they got delivered here, they're probably getting delivered to my database in the next day or two. So it can kind of, maybe then we follow it up with a smart plan that says, hey, did you get my postcard? Inviting you to a Photos with Santa event, right? There's a lot of things we can do within Command for this event. This takes a minute, I'm sorry about that. Then you will put in your payment information, hit purchase. This system, the contract that KW has, somebody will print them for you, put the addresses on them, post them, and send them out for you. You don't have to do anything for it. Okay? So, here you go. How to do direct mailers. Super simple. That's the extent of this. There's nothing crazy about it. Here's your postcard. Here's where that address line is gonna be at. Here's where you put your payment in. Here's your cost for your postcards. This is a 6x9 postcard. You can do a smaller one, you can do a larger one, but we templated this for 6x9.
I also just wanna say this, I just utilized chat. And I asked it, this question, what is the current national data around the success of direct mail as a lead source in the real estate industry? And it gave me some information, and because I wanna go a step further, I said, what are the sources for this data? So it's just not, so I can check the source. And actually have a viable, valid source, so two things. Ballpoint Marketing has highlighted that direct mail has a high trust factor. With 76% of consumers trusting it, 76% of consumers trust direct mail when making purchasing decisions. Here's a big one. They also discuss how direct mail can deliver a median return on investment, ROI, of 29%. Bodie, is a 29% ROI pretty good?
Yeah, that's crushing it.
That's significant, right? And then the close notes that direct mail campaigns have open rates of 80 to 90%, which significantly outperforms email, which averages between 20 and 30%. So, if you're not doing direct mail, you should. That's the lesson here. It will work, the ROI justifies, and you can spend $200 and you might get 4 deals. And the average commission locally is about $8,500.
Yeah,
Anybody wanna make $8,500 times 4? Off $200? It's worth a shot, right? Alright.
And I'll admit too, I started using the mailers and it's just like anything else. Once you setting it up, it's pretty tough, but then it plug and play. It's so easy to.
John Farms Autumn Ridge, I get, what do I get? Do I get 6 a year from you?
Well, I've increased it now. So
Okay.
yeah, and the beauty of this one, guys, I've made the postcard for you. All you have to do is put your information on it. We are not charging you to participate in Photos with Santa. There are limited spots, so if you want to do this, your clients need to reserve their spot now. We are gonna release these templates here and I'm not sure what our timeline is on it, but we will get these out to you guys ASAP. I also made you guys a social media post that you guys can put your information on and post it on your socials to invite your clients to. So that's it. That's all I got. Hi Day. Like I said, another, just scan, register, all that. The Pi Day is coming up. This is a huge client event. We order their pies, you have your agents, your clients come in, get the pies. This whole house is filled with pies. So please keep that in mind, be mindful of it. Please scan for the instructions and the order form and link, so that way you all got it for your clients if you want to participate in Pi Day. The sooner the better, so we have good numbers, because I think after, what day was it? I believe the week before this, once the orders are in, that's like our last day. Next week, I'll have confirmation on the date. Trifecta title with our beautiful Anne Marie.
Okay, so I have a couple of updates. Number one, I don't know, I think there were several of you that were here on last Thursday. But wanted to remind you that Trifecta's settlement fees have been reduced a bit, so your clients will save $100. From what I hear from some lenders, it's about $55 cheaper than any other title company in Lexington right now. So there's that. Also, the gift basket giveaway is coming towards the end of the month. Anybody that has put an order in, we'll put their name in a basket and it will be pulled out next Thursday. And I will have the new basket on next Thursday, for November. Also, so, yeah, for it. Okay, so Trifecta is working with West Lexington Rescue Mission this year. It's a really great organization. If you look at their reviews, they're tremendous, specifically focusing on those that are in need, homeless, challenged folks right now. So it's a special place in my heart. What we really need is, if you don't, well, number one, we've got the tub up front, if you haven't seen it already. And these are some items that, and I've handed out a flyer to you guys, there's some items on there that they're really in need of, especially going into the cold months. So if you guys can drop in an item or 4, that would be wonderful. I'm gonna have this go on till the end of the year. So, yeah, they're in love children, that's so sorry. What's that, pull-ups? Yeah. Yeah, there's some children that definitely need. But if you look at the list, it's pretty extensive. What else do we have? I think right now, that's what we've got. My office is moving into the corner next to Alexis. And if you guys need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But remember that our settlement fees are $55 cheaper than the average title company here. So, I also do want to, I'm sorry, I wanted to remind you. For every order that Trifecta receives, for title, a full care package, we donated in your name. Donation barrel, obviously, it's up there in front. Do you have any questions? Just let me know. Anybody have any questions? No.
Thanks, Anne Marie.
That's huge. Yeah.
All right, inventory. Joseph's gonna do the writing for me. He's not crippled with his hand, just his voice is bad, so he can do work. Does anyone have anything that they have listed, anything that they're looking for? I have a client that's looking for anything particular, just our typical inventory that you all can think of?
I do have someone looking for something. I have a veteran, so VA loan that we've been looking for something in like that would pass VA. That's $100,000 or less, within an hour of Keeneland, because he works there. So, do you have anything, send it my way. Pretty hard to ask, but yeah, there's been a 1 or 2 and it like didn't work out each time, so.
Yeah. He's willing to go out a little bit, like you said, then, yeah. It's not impossible.
Alright, I know we got listings, what do we got? Donna, you had something coming up, didn't you?
Well, I've got one that's got a 24-hour kick out. I'd like to get another one. Like a 3825 Bernard.
3825,
Mhm.
what's the spec?
It's 3,200 square feet, including the basement. And priced at $419,900. 4 bedrooms. 2.5 baths.
It's a good one. What else we got? Go ahead, Sean.
It is 500 Chaucer. CHAUCER Lane. In Lawrenceburg. And it's 1,650 square feet.
What's
Lots
the
of
square feet, sorry?
1650, outside. Lots of upgrades, the guy, he does smart homes. And stuff, so there's lots of upgrades, as far as that goes, as a nice. Got a, 2-car garage, but also has a nice building out back, nice large deck, nice large corner lot, 300,000.
Okay. Anything else?
I have it coming soon,
Okay.
28 acres in Powell County. Should be going up MLS in the next 7 days.
Just land,
Yes,
what's the price point?
it's gonna be close to 200.
Okay. Anything else? Trish, you have something?
I'll have a duplex on it, it's our property, so whenever, it's a duplex in Lexington off Current Boulevard, that area. It'll need an investor, probably cash only, cause it needs some repairs. Around 150, I gotta map it out.
Where is that?
On Trent Boulevard in Lexington, a duplex. It's been great cash flow, but need someone who can do about 60K in repairs.
Anything else?
I don't mind looking, I don't have a listing, but,
That's fine.
they are looking in Stanton or within 30 minutes of Stanton. For under 180,000. And they want at least 3 bed, 2 bath. In or around. There's a church in there that they want to say like within 30 minutes.
I think, I could be wrong, but Chris is going to the lot area too. Might be something good connected.
Yeah.
Like you said, Derek Moore.
Yeah, that's also really a good one too.
Okay, anything else?
I got a townhouse that's gonna be coming up in hopefully about 6 weeks. It's on Russell Springs Drive. It's a beautiful townhouse. My client lives in Spain. And her son passed away. And it's trashed. But we've got people working on it. They've got it cleaned up. Junk Magicians came in and did it. It was amazing. What the cleanup that they did. So, the guy had 4 cats in the house and had never had litter box changed in 4 years.
Oh my God.
TMI, Mike,
So it smells really good.
You know,
I know.
We need to chat GPT your speed bump.
Do that with you, Mike. I could be our.
All right, anything else before we get our separate ways? All right, thanks for being here. We got a big week coming up next week. make sure that you're in the market center, next Wednesday for the business planning clinic. Trisha and I met yesterday, did a little pre-work to prepare for the business planning clinic. It is very important, I wrote it here, if you fail to plan, you will plan to fail. Okay, I can't tell you how true that has been in my life, and how many times I've fallen flat on my face, because I've dreamed it, or I haven't had a plan, or I've just, Bo tells me this all the time, or I hoped things would work out, but guess what, hope isn't a strategy. But a business planning clinic can get you that strategy, so be here in the market center next week, appreciate you all, we will see you in the market center.